Cryofall can get a little frustrating at times when you're just starting out because of how much there is to the game. So here are 11 tips I learned that make the early to mid game transition go much smoother. First off, the best place to get animal fat is from turtles. I know it might feel like somewhat of a moral dilemma when it comes to doing this, but they give 5 animal fat almost every time. This allows you to turn your meat into a higher quality recipe when cooking it in the stove, and you get more food recovery for less meat, so get out there and do what you have to do. Next, get to the luger as soon as you can. The musket is cool and all, and so is the crossbow, but with how quick some animals can be, the musket is almost a waste of time since it doesn't do crazy damage and it takes ages to reload. The luger can be unlocked in tier 2 and features semi-automatic functionality, decent damage, and an 8-round mag capacity. Also, it's kind of funny to think that you are running around hunting with a luger, which I have not seen in any other game. Third, don't mess with melee in the early game. Unfortunately, since there is no way to block unless I completely miss that in the tutorial, melee in the early game without the right healing almost guarantees death. It takes 3 hits even with a good melee weapon like the machete, but by the end of the fight you'll have taken at least 3 hits plus bleed damage, which you may or may not be able to heal depending on whether or not you brought the right healing. Fourth, all roads lead to ruins, so if you're looking for good loot or are trying to complete this mission, go ahead and follow along the roads to get where you're going, as every ruin I've seen has a road that leads into it. It is also safer than running through nature because you won't have to change biomes as often and there are fewer animals along the road. Fifth, once you are able to, always bring 2 guns with you on your expeditions. Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading, or in your case, switching to whatever weapon you have is likely going to be faster than reloading your current weapon. This is especially important with animals like spiders that move very quickly and can outrun you quite easily, so eliminating them is your only choice. For a while I used luger and shotgun, but you could use any combination. Seventh, always be growing new plants and turning them into more plants. Use the farmcraft table to turn plants you grow into seeds and keep multiplying until you have a decent sized enclosed farm. It's free food and you'll likely always be getting seeds from pulling grass, so it costs very little to throw something into the ground and harvest it later for nutrition. 8th, play single player for a bit before you move into PvP or even PvE. If you are okay with being alone for a while, single player can allow you to expand and try new things penalty free. If you're wondering how to get it all set up, just go to your Steam, right click on Cryofall, then hover over Manage and click Browse Local Files. Once you're in there, double click on the Cryofall local server, wait for this window to show all green text, and leave this open while you play on this local server. Once you're done, click the X and it will save everything, then close down the server. If you really enjoy playing solo and don't want the hassle of going into your local files every time, create a shortcut and you can open your server from your desktop. 9th, always show up to the Space Debris World events in single player or PvE. There aren't many enemies here and you get tons of great mid-game loot like armor-piercing 10mm, better quality medkits that heal 50% health and more. 10th, drink water from the well when you're at your base. This move saves your jarred water and then you won't have to refill anything manually after using it. That's it on that. Stay hydrated. Finally, and this one is probably obvious for people that played Minecraft or any other building game like this back in the day, but you should have more than one furnace, preferably 3. This allows you to either split up ore and burn it 3 times as fast, or burn 3 different recipes at the same time. Either way, you save a ton of time and it is very easy to set up. If you learned something, drop a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time when we take a look at some advanced tips for mid-game players. Thanks for watching.